And if it asks for a port, it's 25565.
Wee. Download no wham.
Download Moam.
Download more wham.
Download Moam.
Hello,
I can
everybody.
feel you connecting. My game is lagging. Oh my god, that's right. You have you for your skin.
I do have my own skin.
You're gonna want to turn your cape off, though. Also, let me open your stream.
Hi, Sunny. Hi, Zilla. It's Thursday. How was your week? Oh my god, it's taking... Oh! 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 How do I turn my cape off?
Options and then skin customization.
Skin customization off. And how do I change the point of view?
F5? Yeah.
Hello! Hello! F5. Yeah, sorry, the music's loud. Let me turn that down.
Yeah, I told you. You gotta turn that down to like 20%.
No, it's my own music I'm listening to.
Oh.
What's up? Here's your favorite Minecraft VTuber. Back at it again. Except I'm normal and not weird about children.
Huh?
Huh.
Oh my glob.
Thank you, honey.
H-U-H.
I had to deal with an ad. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
But look, this is our starting island.
Ooh. Ooh, can I take stuff? Is it free reign? Can I take this hay? Back at it again at Crunchy Cream. What? Hey. Honey, I can't hear you if you're speaking.
Huh?
I said, can I take stuff?
No. No, this is actually not our starting island. This is just the start.
Okay, where...
Bot. We gotta go to the ship.
But there's chests. Oh, they're empty.
Yeah.
They're empty.
Why is my game already freaking out?
No woot.
Come back over here.
No woot. Okay, I'm coming. Ooh, we have to go through the sketchy portal.
Begin your journey here. Oh! They trapped me. I'm trapped. Oh, hi.
Oh,
I got you too.
Hi, how you doing? Woo! Okay, ready? Oh, you're ready.
So, how do we want to start?
Wrong mod pack? Huh? Industrious survivor. Escape the flames!
Wait, what are you looking at? How are you seeing that?
There's different bases. When I went to the portal, they're different, like, starting bases.
Wait, oh my god, my stream? I'm like a minute behind. What the heck? I was looking at your stream and you're still running around the island.
Oh, bad connection.
No, Twitch is just dumb. Like when I click into it, it does like a good 30-second buffer before it finally plays.
We're mining. Well, we're not probably mining anything because we're gonna start in the ocean. And we have to
I think we should do the life pod because that's like a Subnautica start. It's supposed to mimic the Subnautica.
Oh, that's interesting.
Pod.
I've never played.
Or we can start with one of the destroyed submarine
I'm kind
things.
of feeling the life pod.
The life pod? Yeah, a familiar life pod?
Yeah.
Okay.
Create?
Don't create yours though. Back. Because it'll make your own.
Okay.
So I have to be...
We fishing today, boys? Yeah, we fishing today.
Accept that. There you go.
Oh! Oh. Do we die if we go in the water?
No, we can go in the water, but we have nothing to start with. We do.
We have a ME wireless access point.
I don't know if I can get this without drowning.
Is there bad fish into water?
I can't get that without drowning because we need a pickaxe, but I got a worm.
Oh, I saw.
Would you still love me if I was a worm?
Yeah, look at that worm! It's all wiggly. Oh, you got a fishing pole? Where's my fishing pole? He's trying to drown me. He's trying to drown me, chat.
Okay. We're gonna have to use our quest book. Did it not give us a quest book? It didn't. You can read that. So the quest book, if you open your inventory, it'll be in the top left, a little book with the exclamation mark.
A haiku for you. Endless blue surround. Sunlight dances on the waves. Peace within the drift. A still more glorious dawn awaits. Not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 4 billion suns. See Sayon. Thank you for the head pat and the posture check. Oh, let me fix myself.
Emergency ration, mushroom stew. I want some healthy veggies. Oh, wait. Oh, we're gonna have to split quest rewards. Because we're on the same team.
Well, can we not be on the same team?
It will make your own island. You won't be with me.
Well, I'll just teleport away, or what?
Probably.
Oh, that's silly.
That's fine, though. Just, we'll kind of do the quest together. But if you open, just go to the quest book, though.
How do I go to the quest book?
In your inventory. What the heck?
How do I open my inventory?
Oh, it shows me in the quest book thing. That's cool. Yeah, don't press R. We're gonna have to remove that keybind. It's on the top left side, the little book. Very top left. Yeah.
Okay.
And then... Yeah, I'm not claiming any rewards right now unless they're items. We'll save EXP for later.
Anything.
So the bar on the very left.
Getting started.
Yeah. Yep.
The crash.
Register the crash. So we won't do that one because that's like getting that comm link back in case we lose it. We have to repair it.
Hi. Masha, can you explain dedicated WAMP to Sunny? Okay, so there was this kid at this panel. It was like a Minecraft panel where he could ask like I don't know if they're developers or who they are, but he was asking them questions about Minecraft, and he's like, how much dedicated WAM do I need for the server? And they're like, what? And it's like, how much dedicated WAM do I need to run the server? Which is a valid question. It is valid. Yeah, thank you, Zilla.
With these people, and it's been good. I enjoy it.
Let's do the next question. Next question on this left side.
I was wondering, what's the recommended amount of dedicated WAM I should have
You
to
have to get
server?
wood and wood plank or wood slabs.
That's it.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat your question?
Dedicated
Basically, we're just gonna
WAM
break all
to
the
a
wood on
server.
this raft.
RAM.
If you're
how
running
much
off
RAM?
of
There
your
is
se-
ultimate.
okay.
There is.
Depending on plugin.
So we can swim down to Y128, but we don't have a map yet, so be careful.
I don't want to swim. It's dark and I'm scared.
I Actually, I probably shouldn't use Ultimine right now. 'cause it uses a
Why
lot of
did you
thunder.
do that? Imagine
I
if
wanna take it
everything
all
broke
down.
underneath us. Do we need
It
everything?
only breaks the same. Now you're about to fall in the water. Oh, you moved. No, we don't need everything. Oh, we need one more
There's a shark.
plank right here.
There's a shark. There's a shark.
Is there?
No, I don't
No,
think.
my plank. There should be sharks.
Yeah, that would be scary. Oh,
Where did I
look.
get sandstone from?
Look, honey. In the
What?
distance, there's a light.
Yeah, it's another little raft. We're supposed to go to those to get our starting items.
Oh my god, Gigi.
So instead of like Skyblock, we just sit there and break a tree. But this one, we gotta go and explore the rafts and find starting items until we can start
Okay,
making our own stuff.
How do we control the raft?
We have to make one. So that's why we have to follow. We follow the quest book. It tells us everything we got to do. So
Is there
first
a hotkey
quest
for the
is
quest book?
you can set one. It's actually a good idea.
What's your Minecraft fit? My Minecraft fit? It's me, Matchy. Hi. I'm a square. I'm a square.
Where the Mashi's squared.
You fucking square.
Wow.
Wow.
So our first quest is to search for supplies.
Blockhead.
Oh, we need a wooden slab, and we have to make a crafting table, and I have the crafting table.
Squashy Squarrow. Give me your skin. But it's me.
Now we need to make flint shears. And I got flint. Here, you can use the shears.
Where did
So
you
now
go?
that we have
Oh,
flint-
you're just have the quest thing open. Can I see while you do stuff?
No, it's just a static image. Now we need string, and to get string, you have to use the shears on these banners, I think.
Okay. I don't know why I'm so scared of the water.
Because it's deep, scary water.
Can I not?
The top of it. Yay! Put some stuff in here.
Mashi, what's your favorite bug Pokemon? Oh, that's a hard one. I'd have to look at them. It'd probably be something from like the first or second gen. No. I like mine is Shizzlepede. Shizzle's your favorite Pokemon.
I'm not a Pokemon. Here. What are you doing? Oh,
Where's my shears? Where did my shears go?
it's in the fourth slot, you goof.
I can't see because my phone's in the way.
Oh. Here, you can fish. Don't lose
can
that.
fish?
Yeah, here.
Hold on, I need to.
That's a fishing rod with mending on it. Don't lose it. We got bamboo already, too.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are ya? Hi, King.
Hi, how are ya?
It's not letting me fish. Oh, there we go.
Alright, next quest, we have to go... Oh, we need more string. We need 12 string. You only have 3? Oh, over there.
Hold on, I'm fishing. Oh, Lord, he's swimming. Why am I sinking? Why am I sinking? Okay, I'm not sinking. I'm just crazy. I don't like the water. I don't like the water. Canola? What you gonna do with canola?
I got a sea pickle.
It's a real Pokemon, is it? Sizzlepede. I like Bellossom.
Wait, is that an that's a
Wait,
mushroom
no, that's a
island.
plant type. That's a plant type. Wait, is oh my god, I'm so lost. There's no plant type Pokemon, is there? Oh my god.
Plant? Yeah.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cause yeah. Grass type. Ah, yes, grass type. Okay, that's Bellossom's a grass
Oh yeah,
type, not a bug type.
grass.
I'd have to look at them. Oh no, the freaking yarn! It got stuck.
Where?
Right there. I got it.
Here, take these two so it counts towards it. And that one behind you. Bye. Where'd you go?
I was thinking.
You sink that quickly? No. It's spooky down there. You can't see
No,
nothing.
I don't like Paris.
Should I stream too for my perspective?
Yeah.
I think I should.
Shizzle stream. Chat, shizzle stream. What'd you set your quest book hotkey to?
Yeah. I set mine to insert, so it's like way out of the way.
Even though it's mushroom, but he's got mushrooms.
Do I update OBS or no?
No, don't update it. You told me don't update till it's broken. And it's not broken. My fajitas, they're shizzling.
Not the fajitas.
Fajita mushroom bug. Oh yeah, Paris is the mushroom. Yeah. Let me see. Let me check. I like the moth type. The mothy. The combi. Venonat. Oh, I like Vivian. Vivian? Vivian? I also like Sawaddle. Sawaddle's cute. Snom is the go. I have a Snom emote. You would love Snom. I have a Snom emote. I just don't think it's enabled right now. Oh no, it is. I'm gonna go to the Mushroom Island, okay?
Okay, I don't know if all my stuff is set up. I guess we'll find out.
It's raining. Are we gonna... I was gonna say, are we gonna drown? But we're literally in water. You know, I had to collect the mushrooms. Who wouldn't collect the mushrooms? Oh! 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 Mushroom cow! There's a crate here on this spawn, on this spawner.
I think everything's working. If not, let me know. Not like you specifically. Anybody in chat. Now how do we do the collab stream thingy?
I
Have to do that on Twitch?
Yeah. Go to your Twitch notifications.
Yeah. mute. And then that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, you break the crate and it gives you stuff. Do I want to break this crate? It's on a spawner.
Oh wait, where are you? Yes, yes. So this is how we get
Oh,
our
honey,
like
mute
starting
yourself
stuff.
in the stream together.
Oh no, did it unmute? Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. So these crates is what we break, and I have this club to break them quicker, but we're not. A wild stock? Oh, we're not breaking that one. That's super good. I'm gonna need that later because I want to go into ours really badly.
Okay,
well, let's
what
beat up
did
some
you
cows.
Oh no, the mushroom!
We'll go beat some cows up. They'll come back.
No!
Wait, I shouldn't have killed it. I'm dumb.
No!
I'm dumb.
No!
We should have breeded them. I'm dumb. I'm a murderer.
Now
I'll drown. I'll
Now we
drown.
have to wait for them to respawn. I'm sorry, they killed your lover.
More!
Nanners, it's leave the
Nanners equal ditch.
heap leave ditch. Fucking narrator. Ninja, thank you for subscribing.
I'll just take its babies. It's mushroom
Are you
babies.
sure one will respawn? What the fuck?
They should.
What happened? What happened to the water over here?
It's the way the island generated.
Mashi is muted or not being captured on your stream, Shizzle.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's because I have my desktop audio muted.
Hello?
Can I add 2 application audios?
Maybe? I think? Each lieb dik. Wow, my favorite VTuber of all time is streaming.
Okay.
Hawk is here.
Is that good? Yeah, that should be good, I think.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, cool. Hello, Hawk. Hello,
I can't keep
JJ.
swimming between these piles of debris. It's taking too long. I'll never survive at this rate. Some of these crates seem to have bamboo stuck in them. If I collect enough of them, I can make a makeshift raft to get me by. Okay, do you have...
Wait, what?
Do you have a...
Oh.
Oh, my book! Ah, the book! Oh,
Actually, can you stream on Discord so I have a more immediate
is it gonna make me lag?
view of what you're doing? You could try it. If it's too much, you can. I'll just tune into your stream. It's fine.
No, I'm streaming.
Oh.
How
Just
do
had to
we...
put me into streamer mode.
How do we craft? How do I craft a raft? Raft.
Wait, what am I hearing?
Bam, bam. You're hearing my stream probably on Discord.
Yeah, because I did open it. No, I opened your stream.
Raft. Okay, how do I build a crafting table?
I have one. Well, I have a crafting on a stick.
Okay, so
Give me
use
one
this
second.
bamboo and make us a...
Yes.
makeshift raft. Where are you? Oh, you're right there. Okay. How do I drop all my stuff?
Avocado leaves.
Avocado!
Avocado.
Thanks.
Avocado sapling?
Avocado sapling? I want an avocado tree.
I got an avocado sapling, so yeah. We just break the leaves.
What was
no.
We Are So Fucked supposed to do? It was supposed to play a video. It was supposed to play a video. I'm sorry, Sunny.
We got an airdrop already.
Oh, and we get airdrops? What the heck?
Yeah, it's falling right now.
say.
I'm going for it.
The cheese tax, the cheese tax. You gotta pay the cheese tax every time you're cooking. When the cheese comes out, this puppy comes looking. The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts. And when the cheese drawer opens, you gotta pay the tax. The cheese tax, the cheese
We got dirt.
tax. Hand it over quick,
We
or
got
things
dirt.
might get ugly. I can get
Yeah, we already
really
got dirt.
loud. I'm a really bucky
Quick dirt.
puppy. I'm not just asking cause I'm looking for snacks.
Better.
This is real important business and you gotta pay the tax.
Now, you want to
Yeah.
grab what's in that chest?
I know it. Which chest? This one?
All behind you.
There's nothing in it.
Behind you. This one. There's nothing in this one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there is. We got soybean. I got a tentacle.
Hello, Cox. Making my stream better.
I don't have mods here to refund
Wait.
you your points, Sonny. Here, but I could play it for you.
Hawk is here.
Oh. Hawk. Hawk.
Or can... Yeah, mods can do that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just whatever you do, don't click claim all like I accidentally always do.
Oh, that's you that does that?
Yeah, I did. The last time was me. Do you want to hold some of this? Here, you can have the food. Here's your avocado saplings.
Yay! Avocado, tomato,
A watering
avocado.
can. You could be the farmer.
I can make guacamole.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
We can make sushi.
Cool. We can make sushi, yeah. I have a sushi in my inventory.
Can I see the
Ah.
cheers?
The cheers?
The cheers. Yeah, the cheers. I need the cheers.
The cheers.
What is?
They're right there.
What is that little
You
guy?
got distracted.
What is that little guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, what is that little guy?
Get the cheers and let's go see. Is he a herdy guy? Is he a herdy guy? No, he's just chilling. How did you make a... Can you make me a table on a stick?
Yes, I can.
Or maybe I should craft it.
Too late.
Thanks. We want this.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Ah! How do I... Okay, honey, I'm on my raft. Come on, let's go.
No, my wood.
Bro,
Help me
I love
break all this.
hockey.
We need
Everybody
it.
fighting. The Minecrafty avatar looks like Mashi model, and I don't like it. What? Because it isn't.
Well, too bad. Deal with
It's
it.
a Mashi model.
Deal with it, Cox.
What is give baby a gun? That doesn't work. Don't use that. Don't use that. That's a different model.
Well, like that our hunger bars are fish bars instead of...
Our hunger bar.
Taking all of it.
Our hunger bars are fish. Yes.
Yeah, our hunger bars are fish. No! No! That's scary.
I'm fishing.
That's so scary.
I'm fishing. You took away my light.
Sorry, we gotta go. The alien fish are gonna get us.
The alien fish?
Yeah.
You didn't mention alien fish.
You didn't ask about alien fish.
I think I
How
had
did
to
you make the raft?
ask. It's
that.
bamboo and...
Goodbye, shears.
What did you
Goodbye,
do?
shears. I dropped them. Oh, did they not go down that far?
No, I got him.
Okay, we gotta go back to our pod.
Back
Where's
to
our pod?
It's right
Right
there. It's a shiny. Back to our pod. How do we row this?
Right click it. Right click it.
My
It's like a
God.
boat.
Wee. Hey! 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 He's trying to break my raft, guys. It's so fast. What the heck? Can it?
It is.
Can it fly away? Not fly away.
No.
Can it
Oh,
drift
can it
away?
fly away?
Can it drift away? Drifting away. I don't. Where's your worms in the thing?
Yeah, because that's for later.
I'm gonna fish, okay, out of this tiny hole.
Okay. You can put everything in the chest behind you.
I want someone to give me a back to
You're not gonna get no back twas here. Maybe if you go to Walmart.
That's funny because Zilla works at Walmart.
I know.
Cox is always talking about how he wants the.
So I want the barrel breaker.
Maybe
Oh, the
Mushy
stone
Stream will have
sickle is like a
some
mining
back to
tool.
us. No, it won't.
Take the torches. I know we need copper wire. I'm gonna take half the sticks. Okay, let's see where we are on the quests.
Can I have some dirt and a hoe? So I can plant my seeds?
We don't have a hoe.
But how am I gonna plant my seeds?
You can't keep. Oh, this is what you read.
I actually
okay.
don't want to know.
Water strainer.
There's a bug on my ceiling! Ew, it's not. It's like one of those Asian beetles.
Oh, how do we get a slime ball?
A slime ball? Maybe I can fish
Oh,
one
we gotta
up.
find it in. We gotta find it in the barrels. Can you come put all the stuff you have in the chest that you're not using?
I'm not using that, or that, or that, or that. No, I'm using that. I'm not using the watering can yet. Pumpkin tries.
What do we call the strainer?
Fox should be in horn jail. On channels where I am mod, I put him there sometimes. That's funny.
Do we open up a hole in our... Oh, we can't. We need an actual pickaxe.
I don't think this is gonna work. I think I need to be on open water.
That should work. You probably just can't see... Oh no, it has to be more than one block.
Oh, I see.
I believe, but... Okay, next quest. We got the strainer, so if actually you kind of spin in a circle, look at the edge of our life pod. There's a little block that I put. Yeah, right there. That thing fills up with items. over time.
That's cool.
So that's how we're gonna get our stones.
Okay.
A floating tree. We already got that. So we got more logs now. Ripper, clay, stone.
Is there anything we can like use to cook, or do we need a stone for that?
Yeah, we gotta wait for the stone pebbles. Is it 4 per?
Or is it
Yes.
8?
Every store. Nope. Every four pebbles is 1 block. You can eat the raw fish. It's safe to eat.
I'm not hungry yet.
Yeah, neither am I, weirdly enough. I thought we would have been by now.
Yeah, me too.
Hunger's really slow in this one. Oh! When did another airdrop fall?
How does it feel to be a Wendy's? I don't know. How does it feel, Cox? Dropped earlier. I forgot about it.
These drop pretty frequently.
Mage
then.
bloom. What's a mage bloom? Is that
Heck yeah, it's for
flower?
ours.
Ours.
Oh, we got a lot of dirt. Actually, since we have a lot of wood, actually I'm gonna keep the wood. Because I can just take these.
We got prismarine crystals. Prismarine crystals. I've got to potty. Guys, watch my game. I got to potty. Make sure Shizzle doesn't drown me. If he drowns me, he loses the fishing pole.
Not if I drown with you. What the? Oh. What the? I can't mine with wood tools? That's crazy.
Hello.
That's so deep.
Swiper? Swipey? No swiping. Okay. Honey, earlier when we got that airdrop, did you swim to it or did you use your raft?
The other one, we swam to it because it landed like right next to us. Same thing with this one. I
Okay,
feel
I'm
like the
gonna go
airdrops
explore.
are too... Okay, just remember how to get back here because we have no compass or anything, no map.
Ooh, what is this? There's a...
Oh, can I can mine with this one. Which means
Actually,
I
can I
can
get
go
a
down
double
here.
bacon classic meal large with a Dr. Pepper with a double penetration? I got potatoes. I got 9 of them.
Yeah. Owie, I'm drowning.
Stop that.
I had to get the shulker box. So now we have a shulker box we can use too. Time to organize.
I'm gathering more rope for us.
I don't want this.
Actually, I should get these too. Oh, did you give me a flint pickaxe?
No, you got that from a barrel.
I'm
Why
using
did I
my
make it? I
sushi
can't
roll
even-
to.
Oh, I can use it for that. Cutting board.
I'm using my sushi roll to mine. Oh, I got coal, honey.
Fix.
Well, you're gonna need that to cook. Okay. I guess we're not losing hunger as fast because we're not running everywhere. What's this? Oh, is that what you mined? Ooh. Ooh. Golden barrel.
We got a lot of string now.
I got a
What else can I-
jukebox upgrade. What the heck?
An upgrade. Oh, that's for the backpack, I think. When we get backpacks.
Let me get to backpacks.
Let's see. What can I crush? Can I not my. What the? Why did I get a banner instead of my? Because you need shears.
Yeah,
If with the two flint,
my shears broke.
you can make it with the flint you have.
Oh.
Crush
I
the
crushed the
alien.
alien. I eat the alien.
I got coffee beans.
We're getting crunk tonight.
I can make golden coffee beans.
I just threw my shears on accident. Golden coffee.
Can I not make
beans.
coffee? Oh, I can make coffee. Oh, I need 4 coffee beans to make coffee.
Okay, I'm coming back to and showing you what all I have. Well, you can actually see.
Grants a fruity flavor.
Okay, how do we fix our sub?
So you gotta follow the quest book. Keep looking
Oh,
at the quest book to see where
Sorry,
we're
I
at.
keep asking dumb questions.
Yeah. I'm just gonna claim the EXP just so we can see that it's completed.
I got a table. I got a table.
Bounty of the Sea. Oh, tuna. Okay, so
A helicopter just
Wait,
flew
I
by
made
my
the
house and it
furnace.
shook the
I
whole house.
crushed
was very
the
scared.
alien. Well, I crushed the alien. I crushed the alien. I crushed the alien. Huh? Yeah. New Danimals Crush Cups. You crush it?
Oh
The
my God,
alien.
is that Dylan and Cole Sprouse?
Cool. No spoon? Nope. Just crush the alien. Pretty flavor. Awesome. I
got,
crushed the alien.
Salmon. Salmon sushi.
you should see the one I have
What do you got?
right there.
Oh, crab.
Right here.
Oh, yum. How did you put it down like that?
Right click it. If you want to take it, you got an empty hand. I'll take the wire. That's a potato.
Wait, I switched hands on accident. How do I take this out of my offhand?
F.
F, okay.
I always remove that hotkey because I use F for other things,
Okay.
which I need to do right now.
Okay. So I go to controls, keybinds.
Yeah, so go keybind. So type in shaders right now.
Shaders.
Shaders and click remove the S. So it's just shader.
Shader.
So click all those and then press escape on them to clear them because you don't need those keybinds. And it'll just make your game freeze up if you do click some of them.
Quest.
Yeah, I set mine to like insert, delete. You can pick a key and see if it's not in use, if it's not red. Q is your drop item.
What did I just unbound?
You unbound O, R, and K. Mouse button 4. That works. Yeah, so we're on the dripper. Oh, you can also claim items too. Oh.
So they're not shared.
you
I
click
can
on-
claim.
Click on them. Click on a quest, one that's done. Oh, so we both get our own rewards. Okay, so claim all the rewards then. You can click the thing in the top right side. There's like a claim all button, but it's covered up by the rewards right now.
We need to find clay.
You see the little...
Oh, you made a
but
furnace?
you see the button in the...
Sorry. Yeah,
button
this...
top right.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know.
yes,
I
that
don't
will
want to
just
claim
claim
everything
everything.
yet. I don't want to claim everything.
Why?
Because I don't want to
We
use
have
up
chests.
inventory space.
We have chests. I can make 2 more double chests.
I got my peaches down in Georgia. What does that mean?
This is like the building chest. So
Okay,
like
building
blocks we can
chest.
place. And put everything else in this one. Yeah.
How do I fast? How do I...
Hold shift and drag.
No. How do I like...
What?
Auto put in stuff.
Oh, we can't right
Auto
now.
match stuff that's in the chest already.
We can't do that with the vanilla chest. We have to upgrade. So dreadful. Oh no. I put more tuna tamaki in the chest here.
Tuna tamaki. I got Tobiko, California
Here,
roll.
I'm gonna do... This will be our food chest right here.
Okay, food chest. Hey! Coffee beans food. Soybeans food.
Sugar cane is technically food.
What is that? I got a broken ship comm link.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking to fix, and I believe that gives us our mini map when we get that done.
Do you want this barrel smasher?
Nope, I have one.
Okay.
Use that. It makes it so breaking barrels is a lot faster. Should we try to play the entire game only living in this pod?
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun to like expand our pod.
Yeah, no, we have to, because we're gonna have to plant dirt to like grow stuff. How's this looking? Well, that's a lot of stone pebbles. That's a lot of everything.
Can I make a hoe?
Yeah, you do make whatever. Just make sure we always have like a sapling available or a couple pieces of dirt, because we can't grow our own dirt yet. And the farmland that's in here, don't use that one yet, because this is like better farmland from mystical agriculture.
How do I make it so it's not like this? I forgot.
Like what?
Like it's
Double click. Double click that search bar. I'll put the stone in here. Oopsies. Did I move that on you?
No, you're fine.
Fish. What's a cobble? Charcoal. Okay, so we need to make a wooden suit. So I need wood and a stick.
I have a stick. Using it to craft my hoe though. And then I need to find... Okay, I'm just gonna save this hoe for now until we have like a big dirt area.
And then I need a bucket or a bowl. And we need a bowl. We can't make a bucket yet.
I might not be the best at woodworking, but I can fashion some of this wood into a funnel for water to drip over time. This system should soften up dirt enough to turn it into something more usable. Craft a dripper and convert. Are you working on that one?
Nope, you can make the dripper.
Dripper.
I will work on getting the clay. So I made the sluice. So now I'm going to...
I need more bamboo. Oh, we have tons of sticks. Never mind. I need a slab. And I need a button, which is
How
just...
do I do this?
Which is just one wood.
Wait, how do I use the sluice? Oh, cloth mesh.
Okay, how do I use the dripper though, is the question.
So you put it down. So you put it one block up. So like you could do it in here if you want, but we'll do it out there because we're gonna need water. But like you put it down and then you put a dirt block under it, and then you water the dripper, and it drips on the block. And it should turn here. Take some dirt. I'll give you half of it. Because the dirt is how we get clay.
Okay.
Oh, and bolts.
But I have a watering can.
No, I don't think that works. That's for like actual crops. Mesh. No. Yes. Mesh. Cloth mesh. String. Stick? Where'd all the sticks go? Did you take all the sticks?
I might have.
You did.
How do I drop the whole stack?
Control Q, I believe. No? Control Q? Yeah.
Honey, we have clay!
Yay! Jump cushion. What do I put in the sluice?
It's dripping, it's dripping, it's dripping.
Craft a wooden sluice and place. Oh, you put water in it? Ah. Get dizzy, chat. Get dizzy.
Get dizzy. How much clay do we need?
Oh, they need wait. They need power? No. Oh. I mean to do that.
Okay. Bounty of the sea.
Aha.
Braised sea pickle.
Oh, what'd I get? Seeds.
Ceramic bucket.
Okay, I should wait to do this because my inventory.
Make a bucket. And then I could fire the bucket. Oops. And then I could...
We got like all of the saplings now. We got cherry sapling.
Ooh, cherry sapling! Are you excited for Pikmin 4? I don't have Pikmin 4. I don't have a Switch. Well, I do have a Switch, but I don't play on it.
What? You have a Switch?
I don't play on it. I don't have Pikmin. I love Pikmin. I don't have though. I got a bucket. I got a bucket. I got a bucket.
Wow, I want a bucket.
I'll make you a bucket.
I gotta make a chest for seeds and saplings because we're gonna have a lot.
I'll make you a bucket.
Seeds and saplings will go on the other side.
I'm sure it's very exciting though. I didn't really watch the trailer.
Put half of the potatoes over here.
I don't know why my overlay isn't
What?
working. My video's not working on... Oh, is it because I got rid of the video on my computer? Oh, no.
What if I put this down here? This here.
Channel point redeems.
This here. Don't need chat.
Oh no, it has a watermark. Oh my god, that's annoying.
Uh-oh, we're out of sticks.
I go get sticks? I go get sticks?
No, I got some. I turned the avocado logs into
Did
sticks.
you get your
'cause we can't
bucket?
really do anything.
Oh.
My
My
no, but I have a new crafting table and a stick.
No, that's mine.
You can equip it and keybind it if you want. Oh, there's my sticks. They're in my crafting.
Oh
They're in my
my
crafting
God.
stick.
This
I
is
guess
your
they stay in there. It
bucket.
doesn't empty it out. Bucket. Bucket.
Ceramic bucket.
Yay, bucket. Okay, quests. We need a stone hammer. I don't know what the sickle's for. I don't want that. Hammer, and then we got to break. Okay, can we do this?
Whoa, what were you doing?
Does this work?
Where's-
Yeah, that works. Cool. We can compress cobblestone. Oh, that was one of the quests too.
Cool.
And then can we do the same thing and get
sec?
sand? Oh, we get dirt.
Alan, we are so...
Okay, so we do get dirt. We get it from the stone. So you make a hammer. Now, let me grab. So take that 9 cobblestone,
Mhm.
and then in your crafting on a stick, put all of it in there and make a compressed one. Not your charcoal, your cobble. So like you're making a block. All 9. Yeah, so you take that, and then you put that down, and then break them with the hammer, and then you get gravel, and then you do the same thing again, and it turns the gravel into dirt. And that's how we get dirt. So we just have to wait for this thingy to fill. I can always I should make a second one, a strainer.
What happens if I hammer dirt? It turns into sand.
Oh, that's how you get sand.
It turned
Okay.
into sand. What happens if I do sand? Wait, hold on.
Try it. Nothing.
We get dust.
Oh. I think dust is the bottom thing. Yeah, so each of those things will give us something different in these sluices. So you run them through those. So if you remember Skyblock, it's like running them through the sips. But we have to combine it with water, and it kind of does it on its own.
Do you want me to put like...
Okay, I am going to do this side.
Bourgeoisie, Cole Sprouse be like, I crushed the I can't even.
Huh?
I can't say that. What the heck?
Orgiosis. What the?
Yes, I shall smite the extraterrestrial. Yes, I'll smite the extraterrestrial.
Yes. I don't know what to do with these ladders.
I don't know either.
In the water. What kind of flooring do we want to do? Should we make
you
it like
making that?
Huh? Huh? Making what? No, the dirt. Plop.
I got sweet berries. It's like a gotcha
Iron.
system.
We got an iron chunk.
It's...
Yeah, basically. You remember the sieves from, or the sieves from?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
it's
was like
basically these.
trees. Oh, I got a mineral sapling. What?
No, it wasn't trees. You put dirt, gravel, sand, dust in it. So it's like the same concept, but this one we have to combine it with water. And if we use a hopper, it'll do it automatically if we put a hopper above it. So we gotta make a hopper.
Well, I have a... Wait, that's a dripper, not a hopper.
I'm going to make more of the strainers.
Hi, Sen. Hi. How are you?
Really?
Hi.
I'll make 2 more of those.
A place to flow. Chest. Place a chest at the end of the... Oh.
Oh, I fell in it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, if we put chests...
Yeah,
I'll
on
make
the end.
barrels. I like barrels more
You
than
like
chests.
barrels? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you make a door?
Barrel.
You made a door.
I can make a door. An actual
We don't
door.
need a door.
So, barrel. Barrel. Do we have
God, I
wooden
didn't realize you were streaming.
hoppers?
Sorry for spamming you in Discord. It's okay. I didn't notice. Wait, you spammed me?
Even if she's not
I
streaming, she doesn't
am.
notice Discord.
No, that's not true.
It is totally true.
You didn't spam me in Discord. You sent me one message. Silly. Is that not one message too many? No.
Okay, I want to expand. Chat, what should we make our little floaty platform out of? I'm thinking wood because it seems immersive. Immersive.
Well, I want a garden area.
Well, yeah, we'll do dirt, but I mean, like, you wouldn't make
Wood,
a cobblestone with You know what? I'm taking all the food and I'm running away.
Oh, Sunny says soul sand. Oh, are you making like a functional boat or just a... This is called OceanBlock?
OceanBlock.
This is our starting submarine. I mean, I think we could make it so it's operational, but right now we're just like stuck here.
Actually, let me see. Boat? Nope. There's no boat mod, which is kind of crazy because there are pretty good boat mods. But we don't get actual boat.
What are these immersive engineering things for right here?
They're just signs. I don't know if we can make a functional boat. Yeah, they don't
have
have the
a
boat mod. That's
raft.
crazy.
That would have been really cool. Yeah, I know.
You know, we can't even make a wood boat. There's an obsidian boat,
Obsidian.
but there's no regular boat.
Hmm.
Raft, maybe?
So there's
What
like
the heck
all
is
these.
the
Okay, I'm gonna go
bamboo raft
explore.
called? Wait, where did my bamboo raft go? Wait, oh, they're out here. What are these called?
Look, there's
Yeah,
a
they are rafts,
mushroom
just a raft.
island over here.
That's all we get. We get rafts. That's it.
It's a Mashi island, yeah. Sizzle kill the mushroom.
I'm sorry.
It's the only mushroom on the island.
We'll find another one.
Look, Mario, it's a mushroom.
I promise.
You promise?
I won't do it again.
You promise?
I promise.
And then we
Are there
got.
planes? No.
We're kind of like secluded. Oh, what's over here? Sometimes
A
we
blue
get. Oh, they're
barrel,
on the verge
a
of
green
extinction now. I know. It's okay. One will spawn and we'll breed them. And then we'll have a whole island of mushroom. I did not need to do that.
I see you, Mashi. You're breaking that barrel.
I fell into the water.
You fell in water.
Water.
Oh yeah, needed to put this down. Where did she put the other one?
The other what?
The other dripper.
It's outside.
On the other side. I think I'm just gonna take this away. And we're gonna go out this way too.
There's smoke over here. This means I haven't been here, right?
You could destroy those campfires, that way you know you've been, or they're the ones without any campfires you've been to. Okay.
Okay.
I guess for now I should start with some dirt.
Ponyta escaped! No one caught it!
And
No!
we'll do spruce saplings. Let's try to get 2 more spruce saplings. Oopsies. Is that SpongeBob?
What?
Oh my god, there's a SpongeBob looking squid. Hold up.
What? What?
It is, it's a sponge squid.
I wanna see. By the...
No. He's going too far down, I'm scared. What's that? I just saw something glowing.
What? Honey, you're drowning! Oh my
I
god.
There's something glowing down there. Do you see it? It's
I'm
like
scared, I'm
that
scared,
way.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm going back out.
We need to get a diving suit.
Yeah, mineral saplings. We're getting all the good stuff.
You're losing dirt!
I don't know how that got over there.
Oh, you know what sounds really yummy right now? An iced coffee.
That does sound very yummy. I'm trying to get 1 more spruce sapling so we can get a bunch of wood.
I had a bunch of saplings in the...
No, I know. I need 4 of them, though.
What makes dirt again? Gravel.
Breaking cobblestone. Yeah. So you start with... You have to go out to these thingies.
We have a lot
Oh
of
yeah, these
gravel.
get
We have
saplings
32.
too. any more than that though.
We wanna
But I ended up getting
sieve. We wanna sieve dirt only.
no. So dirt gives us like basic things, saplings, things to grow. It looks like gravel gives us ore chunks. I don't know what dust or sand will give us. Probably like redstone.
Let me
If it's
try.
anything like
Let
skyblock.
me try dust. Out of curiosity. Oh my god. I think I got... I don't know what I got. I got a copper chunk. An iron chunk. See, I am a cozy gamer. I can be a cozy gamer. I'm not just chaotic.
Time to turn this chaotic.
Ah! Oh, I'm hungry. Ooh, I'm hungry. I got berries.
We're finally hungry.
Can we get a berry bush? What if we hammer clay? What if we hammer clay?
Ooh. Good idea. Try it.
I'll try it.
What if we sieve? Oh,
Oh, we get clay.
I just lost clay.
What if we sieve clay?
What if we sieve? Oh, you can't.
Oh, it's only specific.
Yeah, I really could use that quick stack thing.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Seed,
Can we download a
seed.
mod?
No, we'll get chests later that we can do that with.
Oh, that's food. We put food in the food chest.
I didn't do it.
Bless
That's
you.
me.
Bless you.
Owie.
You better not be getting sick, mister.
I'm sick.
Uh-oh, looks like I'm staying home from work. Shizzle's sick. How did you get 24 sweet berries?
From these over here.
Oh.
These things.
Oh.
I think. Or it came from the dirt. Do we have bones? Do we have bone meal? No bones? How do we get
No bones? No bitches? No bones?
So we can cut ham. We don't have ham. Okay, how do we get bone meal? Sluice from dust. We need dust.
Okay, you gotta...
Oh, but we need a gold mesh.
Gold
Oh no, we can get it from a
mesh.
cloth. We could get it from a cloth mesh, but it's 11%.
Well, can we upgrade our mesh?
Not until we get 4 bars of gold and 4 bars of iron.
How many pebbles is a bar?
Let's see. A copper chunk is 4. That's a copper cluster. So it looks like 4 little things is 1 ingot,
Okay.
and those come from using the sluice.
What the heck?
Why do I hear a fish?
Oh, the fish got away! It was flopping around and you... It was
I
flopping
heard it.
around. I caught it. Did not want to go in my
Why did you let it?
inventory.
Is your inventory full?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No,
isn't
it's
it?
not. Look
Chat, was her inventory
Look at my
full? Your what?
My stream.
Our chest is full.
Why don't we put trees in a different spot?
No, I'll just
Can
move
we
the
make like
potatoes over.
cabinets? I need food. I'm hungry.
Stone. There's lots of food.
I
Well,
know.
there's so much fish. You can just
know.
eat raw fish. Well, you chomp that thing down real quick.
Yeah, I did. Jesus.
It's like how you eat your sushi in real life. Oh, that was the can of food, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a can.
Okay, I need dust. So, what about sandstone?
I love sushi. So
Oh, we
do
can
I.
hammer. Oh.
I miss living in Texas because they had a rotary sushi. I love rotary sushi.
You want to help?
I'm fishing.
But I need help.
Okay.
I need my hammer. Come and hammer me. Ow!
You said hammer you. I did.
Hold on. Do we need this for anything else? And stone, can't do that for a while. A what hat? Ala Cacarino's hat?
Cacarico village.
We can smelt it to smooth sand, smooth sand. Smooth sand's kind of pretty looking, but okay. We get 4 sand from each of these, so now we can turn that all into dust.
Hop, 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 hop.
Hiya!
Hiya!
Don't break our floor.
I'm not.
Okay, and then all of that sand.
Whoa. Shut up. That's making me laugh so hard. the
Can you do that one? Nice.
Wow. I'm
Keep
sorry.
going. Keep going. Okay. We'll do that for now.
Yeah, she's just a little zesty. Hiya.
Hiya. That didn't give me anything. We're being cheated.
We got bone meal. We got bone meal. I repeat, we got bone meal.
Damn it.
We're gonna need a lot more bone meal. Is there a way to get bones?
Killing mobs later on. I mean, we could make a mob farm right now, but we'll need a lot of blocks.
A lot of blocks.
And yeah, sand or dust is not. We got a lot of dust, but I can't do it. Can we? Wait, can I? I can't do this, can I? No.
Oh no.
Did you just break? You just reset it.
I'm sorry. Why aren't we getting anything?
Because it's all, so this has
Oh, we got gold chunk. I was about to say
on a
FGG
cloth
with
mesh.
you, but I
It is
realized that was
11%
Shizzle's
chance to
PNG.
get
Yeah.
bone meal.
That was Shizzle's
11%
PNG.
bone meal, 5% silver, 4% gold, and 4% nickel. Maybe we should just try to get iron.
Iron. Okay.
Yeah, we need gravel.
We haven't gotten another airdrop in a while.
Yeah, I guess we just got lucky with those first ones.
Oh, there's a campfire. I feel like I'm so fast in this game. Oh, is it because I ate a ration? Is that why I'm going so fast?
Maybe. Open your inventory and you can see what buffs you're getting. No, you don't have any buffs.
Weird. feel like I'm going so
Maybe you just
freaking
haven't played
fast.
Minecraft in so long. You're so used to your other games where you're not
Yeah.
as fast.
Probably.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are ya? Hi, Mod.
Hi, how are you?
I got a Tobiko. Tobiko crab cheese
These not
California.
stack? Ew, they don't stack. Okay,
Joker! Hello, Jokito!
Joker!
I got a charm. It's a magnet.
Charm?
Do you want it? It's a magnet.
That's crazy! That's the good one, too.
Where does it go?
Mashi's out having fun while she left me here slaving away, sifting.
Okay, I put the crafting table in my slot. How do I use it?
You have to set a keybind.
I have to be up earlier, so I'm gonna head out. I wanted to pop in and say hi and send some love. Thank you, Sin.
There's gotta be something. We don't have drawers?
Good night, Sin.
Oh, we do.
Sleep
What do they
well.
call it? Functional storage.
Craft.
Yeah, let's do...
Open crafting on a stick.
Okay.
What's my crafting on a stick?
Uh-oh.
What did you set yours to?
Alt-E.
Alt-E?
Yeah, so like E is inventory, Alt-E, and then later when I get a backpack, Shift-E will be to open my backpack. That's what I always do.
But this is, it's already set.
No, it's set for, it's reading it as just E. But when you do Alt-E, it's that there's nothing else on Alt-E.
Okay. I can
Yeah,
see.
it's a little tricky. No, I'm okay. Uh-oh, I just put the iron away. Where'd it go? Right there.
Shovel Forge is a great game. Ooh, is it?
Puller, pusher upgrade, redstone, drawer. We still need a hopper. Crap.
Pearlescent Froglight.
Well, we
Sea
still need a
pickle.
freaking hopper. It don't matter. Suppose I should look at our quests.
Yeah. It's
Oh, an iron chest. Cool.
play on Minecraft, not an actual game. Oh, is it like a mod pack?
Maybe-
Honey, I found something very interesting.
Oh. What'd you find?
A dungeon.
Uh-oh.
I found
Mashi's
a
about to
dungeon.
die.
I'm gonna die, chat. I'm gonna die. Shade, hi. OMG Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft. Honey, there's a bunch of cool stuff. I don't know where you're at.
Did you not? You didn't pay attention? Well, I guess you're lost until I can
No,
make
it's okay. I could
mini-map.
follow. I could follow. I didn't realize you were streaming. A lot of people have said that. Does my notification not go off?
They have you muted. How dare.
How's Cube World going? It's going great. We live in the ocean. That's a parody that originated in another
We don't
game.
live in the ocean. We're stranded in the
Copyright.
ocean.
Yeah, we live in the ocean.
No, I don't want to live in the ocean. We're just stuck
Okay,
here.
we're stuck in the ocean.
Give me sass.
I don't think I want to live on the submarine. I want to explore.
We can. Why can't I plant wheat seeds in the farmland game? What?
I found SpongeBob! I found SpongeBob, guys.
Submerge crops
Guys,
underwater?
I found SpongeBob.
That's crazy.
I'm done. I just read the title. Yeah. Oceancraft.
OceanBlock.
OceanBlock2. How is that SpongeBob? It's yellow and looks like a sponge. The doy.
Yeah, see? A sponge squid. A sponge squid.
Sponge squid. It's if Squidward and SpongeBob had a baby. It was a squid.
What the heck? This is so weird.
A seedy place. Hey, I was supposed to be the farmer.
I just need wheat. I'm not doing anything else. But you have to plant everything like underwater.
Underwater.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back from my exploration.
You made it back, but see, we gotta
did.
plant stuff like this.
Oh, interesting.
I'm trying to... Oh, wrong thing. I need to do gravel.
I found kelp goo. Is that useful for anything?
Yeah, that's how we make slime ball. We can... Wait. Excuse me. That's all we needed. Think we have to smelt it? Yeah. Here, I can fix yours too. And then we need a copper wire.
I'm finding a lot of jukebox upgrades. This freaking bug! Die!
Guys, she's banging on her wall. Why she's scaring me.
How did we get a sickle?
It was in like the first chest I broke, but I don't know what it's for. I'm wondering if we get more pickle tweaks. If we get more crops if we use it. Or if it's just a weapon. But it gives mining speed for something.
Yeah.
Diamond apple. Emerald apple. Oh, everything gives mining speed. Oh, those are just the regular tools. I'm just blind.
I don't really need these buckets of water. So
Wait,
why do I
said-
need a watering can if it's already gonna be watered?
Does this not work? Does it work for the trees?
Hold on. I don't think it works. They usually sparkle when...
What? It said it worked. I swear it did.
But I've been running gravel
I wonder
through the
if it likes
sluice.
my dancing like the saplings did. Is there like
No.
emotes?
Oh, how'd you get this iron chest? What the heck?
Quest reward. Look at your quests. We got a lot
Oh,
more done.
yeah. I placed mine down too. Okay, what do we want to do next? Makeshift diving suit. Ever felt kelp before? It's pretty tough stuff. I want to craft a weapon so we can go explore that, like, dungeon
Yeah,
area.
so I'm trying to get up to iron.
We should try and get a server going. That would be fun. Maybe, yeah.
What, OceanBlock server? Or just Minecraft
Just
server?
Minecraft, I think. I don't know.
So I can't do vanilla Minecraft.
I can't do vanilla either. I get too bored. Shizzle ruined me. He introduced me to modded Minecraft. And it was all downhill from there. There was a mod pack I used that was fun. What was it? Do you remember? I made a melon. Oh, I need a wheat seed.
Cisco's isn't fun though. All of the bosses have like 1,000,000 HP. Uh-oh. Game? Oh, it's out of water.
How do I get a wheat seed? Do you have the wheat seeds?
They're all... Oh, just go break one of them. Break one that's not grown a lot.
Okay, it's not letting me finish this quest.
Oh, we need wheat. We have to grow the wheat.
Oh, I need wheat. Okay. Oh, portable storage.
Yeah.
The darkness seems to whisper on this planet. It grows louder the further I swim down. Whether I'm above water, they go away. Whenever I'm above water, they go away. But something is calling out to me the second I take a dive. I'm tempted to build out a dark room underwater to see what happens.
I mean,
if I build it
Shade,
far away
if you know
from
how
my
to
raft.
use cube. Was it cube, right? Cube. Yeah, it's like cube.js or whatever, where you can like customize recipes. I've tried it and I did not have fun. Because you gotta make sure you make recipes work with other mods.
There's a lot of little items that come from this sluice. Chests are a great start, but these items are adding up quick. It will definitely be worth looking into setting up a better storage system. Craft any type of storage drawer. Storage drawer. Hi,
Yeah,
pumpkin.
I was gonna do that, but I wasn't ready to do storage drawers yet because they don't really hold a lot.
I usually just use mods that work together or add things to the world.
Yeah. I tried it. It's just hard to compete with teams that make packs with 300 plus mods in it. Like, I am not doing that manually. Where'd our furnace go? Right here.
That root beer float sounds great. Is it yummy?
Oh,
well,
can I
of
not?
course it's yummy. Of course it's freaking yummy.
Oh, that's lame. You can't cook block of iron.
Bye, honey. Goodbye, honey. I'm drowning myself, honey.
Wait, how do I...
I'm just kidding. I'm scared. Can we build a dark room underneath the submarine?
It has to be 25 blocks away, though.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
I got home.
I can't
was gonna
smell
eat
the
dinner, but
iron.
remembered I just had Wendy's at like 7. You can't smoke the iron?
We need a campfire.
Oh, a campfire. Create a cast iron ingot.
Wait. What? Am I missing a quest somewhere?
I don't think so. Owie.
Oh, I gotta blast it? No. What the heck?
How do you cook it? Do you just throw it on there?
No, no, that you need 4 of those to turn it into a chunk.
Oh.
But I have... Did I mess up by turning it into raw iron?
Chisel
No.
is flaming enough. No. You're just a little zesty.
Glass? Okay, so we need glass. So...
I have glass. I got glass.
Scan. You got glass?
I got glass. I got clear glass. It's in this chest.
Clear glass. I don't know if clear glass will work because I need the regular glass.
Look at the moon, honey. Look at the moon. It's a ring.
The moon!
The moon. There's this character in Bloodlines that I love. His name is Tolly, and he's a Nosferatu. So ugly as fuck. Like, ugly. But he's so fruity and zesty. I love him so much. You should fuck him.
What the?
Should. He's unfuckable. Aw, damn.
It does not work. Why does it say we can dance?
I said
mocking
ugly.
Skyblock?
I also said you should fuck him. Yeah, that's why I said you should save Scum. Now did you like place a block down and then delete it, or?
Yeah,
I
I
don't know what that
placed
is.
it under here.
I told you what it is. It's when you save your game before an interaction and then reload if the interaction fails, and then you can try again. I don't know how to save the game. Oh, it's an auto. Oh. No option
Ew.
to save.
Time to download a mod.
The game just came out.
You'd be surprised.
F5 is usually quick save.
I got glass.
Glass!
What's this made? What's this made of?
What's this, mate? Isn't that?
You want to empty the things over there? Yeah.
Owie! He beats me.
Wait, did you go get that
Oops.
other...
What?
Did you go get that other airdrop?
No. I didn't even know there was one.
It was like a long time ago.
No.
No?
No.
There's no chest
Where
on
am
it,
I
unless
putting
chests
all these
don't load this far.
pebbles?
In that chest you're in right now. Oh, you gotta. So take all the pebbles back in your inventory.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I lost one of the glasses.
No.
I wasn't paying attention. And then press K while you're hovering over them.
Bird memes is crazy. What? Hover over. I'm sorry. Hover.
Press K.
Okay.
Over all of them, press K. I think if you do Shift K, it'll do all of the same ones. Yeah. It quickly crafts them.
That's
you could do that to any
crazy.
block that can be compacted. So like if you do that to the cobblestone, click K on the cobblestone, and I think it should turn it into compressed.
It's not working.
No, okay, it's just the pebbles then.
Well, it works with the granite and stuff.
Okay, so to get a cast iron ingot, we need an iron ingot. But how the heck do I get an iron ingot? I can't blast it, I can't smelt it.
Can you combine it?
Do we have to find one?
We could
That's
go
crazy.
exploring.
Oh, you blast the iron chunks into nuggets. That's crazy. I fucked up. Because I can't undo the raw iron. We have to blast these. Oh my god.
I got him. I got him right here. I got him right here.
Yeah, but we need 9 of them. Wait, can I break down the cluster? No, that's crazy. I messed up big time. Oh, we can fix these now. Okay, 2 more wire. So, take that and craft them with your broken ship comlink.
Where's my comlink?
And you put the 2 copper on the bottom in your 2x2 crafting.
Wait, okay, hold on. So I take the comlink and the
Top left.
Top left.
I don't know if it matters. And then the copper under that, and then the slime ball next to the comlink. Yeah, and then we click to use. Boom, we got our mini map.
We got a mini map.
We get a full map, too.
Ooh, that's cool.
I don't know. Do we have to keep... Okay, we don't have to keep the comlink with us.
Okay.
But we did get... We got this.
What is it?
A turtle.
A turtle
statue.
Turtle statue.
A trophy.
Honey, our tree. It grew.
It's so big. Goodbye, I love my hunger. Oh no, it didn't all break. That's a lot of wood. Wood.
Wood. Okay, I'm gonna go explore more.
Okay, I'm gonna keep sieving, because... Try.
You should come exploring. Maybe we'll find some cool stuff.
I gotta keep sieving though. We gotta get a couple of irons so I can make hoppers, and then this'll work on its own.
Lizard. suspicious sand. What the heck?
Huh?
I got suspicious sand.
Oh, don't place that down. We can... I mean, if it's what I think it is, we put it down and then you use a brush on it. That's the architect thing, right? Architect?
Oh, yeah.
No, not architect. Archaeology. Getting very bad luck with the iron.
I got a stuffed potato and a honey coffee.
Oh my god. I want honey coffee right meow.
I want honey coffee.
No, me. I said it first.
Me. Okay, I'm gonna explore this dungeon if I die. Well, that's just too damn bad, I guess. How do I get in?
Warped? Warped? We gotta fight some piglins or something? By the way, that's not a weapon you're holding. It doesn't do damage.
Oh.
Just to let you know.
Oh. How do I get in?
I don't know. Break your way in. This is a... It's a robbery. Cat, she's hysterical.
That was scary.
I'll just keep that in a tiny
I think
hole.
barrels respawn.
I don't think so. I just think you just haven't been to there yet.
But I'm right by the ship.
I got an iron ingot!
Yay! Can I pick it up so I can have it too?
I already put it on the fireplace, but we'll get more faster now. Because I'm gonna make the next thing a
That was
thing.
really scary. I'm not doing that again.
I'm kind of hungry.
For food?
Oh.
Those lightning, thunder.
Oh, both.
We need a copper. We need a copper thing. We need a copper thing.
Thankfully, our sub is not made out of wood.
Yeah, but this is.
Here, I'll give you this, so you get the check for that. Well, actually, no, we're sharing a quest book. I got it, you get it. I forget. You don't have to pick it up. So then with this, I do this, and then I get that.
That.
And then...
Wizard.
Yep. So we got a new quest done now. I got a painting for my random reward.
My watermelon.
Why do you keep doing that? Wait, does that work? Wait, that does work. Wow, that does work. Okay. Game? Okay. I guess I can't place down a painting. Oh, it's a big painting. Oh, that's cool. I guess that'll be I got leather boots with water movement proficiency. So these two on the end are done. So I'll take that one. You can take the other one.
I already took one.
Oh.
I'm really sad about my watermelon. I'm sad about my
Did you not get the seed back?
No, it fell in the ocean.
What? You...
I didn't think I could get it back.
Oh, now it's gone.
I didn't... I think I have
Yeah,
another
they don't
one.
sink. They don't sink at Mach 9.
I think I have another one.
Okay, now with this, I think we put it over the fire. Yeah. And
Oh, I
then we
do have
put chunk. Yeah. So this is how we make our iron now. Oh no.
Oh no, we gotta sleep.
Oh no.
How do we sleep?
We don't have bed. Wait, we do have
Oh, we
bed.
can make that. We have a lot of... We have
Yeah.
a lot of... How are you doing that?
Doing what?
Are we putting our Minecraft beds together? Yeah.
He's peeking through the ceiling. Get out of here. Get out of here, you dirty flying rat. I'm gonna catch this thing. Give me your membrane. Give me your skin. I got it. Ash? That's now carpet.
Watermelon!
Wait.
Watermelon!
Do I have to stay in here?
Avocado. Avocado, avocado, avocado. Avocado, cacao.
Oh. Well, thankfully iron floats. It just spits it out. Actually, can you claim your quest? Because one of your quests gives you extra iron.
Yeah. Lizard, lizard.
Lizard, lizard, ow! Oh, I guess you picked that one up.
Oh, I got a gold chest.
Ooh, a gold chest.
Ew, it looks green. Why did that look green?
This
Okay, I want...
Just put it in one of the iron. Put it in the iron chest for now. Because we have those to fill first. Okay. So where's all the iron you got?
That's right here.
Leather.
Leather, leather, leather. Lizard, meaning
With
model.
leather.
I only
we
get
can
one Wendy's redeem. I don't know.
Backpack!
Farmer's Delight. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do the Farmer's Delight. I need... What did I need? Clay. I need clay.
Backpack! Wait, can I upgrade backpack? What do I need? Is it iron? It's iron or copper.
Iron nuggets. I got iron nuggets.
I'm gonna upgrade these first. Iron nuggets? Ooh,
Yeah, in
iron.
the chest.
Yes. Oh, everything's getting messy.
Turtle.
Well, turtle. Did you put all the iron away? Where is it at?
It's in the chest. Other one. The one you were just... This one. Yeah, that one.
Am I blind? Did I already grab it? I already grabbed it. We only have 9. Wait, why are you breaking the clay?
Because
You're
I'm
losing
making
clay.
stuff.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm making Farmer's Delight things.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
What can I do with a shulker? Nothing? Molten shulker shell? High-powered heating coil. I feel like now that I have the backpack, the shulker chest is kind of useless.
Wizard.
No! What did you place there? My gosh. Your watermelon!
Yeah, my watermelon. Can it not be? Oh no, it has to be a iron pot? No. Oh, it has to be empty. Oh my gosh. It has to be empty ceramic bucket.
Dump your water in the hole.
Water
You don't even have a
in the
bucket on
hole. No, it's in my crafting table.
Oh.
In the hole?
I could make another one of these. Might as well.
Did I not do it right?
Can I do it that way? Does that do all of them?
Okay, why isn't it working?
Bucket, wooden shovel on top.
A wooden shovel? It can't be
Yes.
any kind of shovel? Oh.
No, it's got to be a wooden shovel. Damn, it only does one. What the? Jesus!
There's a traitor! That scared me too.
Fuck, he spawned right in front of my face.
Huh?
We don't have emeralds, so what's the point?
Can I use our campfire?
But you know what we do get from it?
Oh. Oh.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
He's killing them. Leads?
Leads, and I think the camels drop leather as well. Yeah, they do.
Here, you could have that. Can I build a stone area?
What do you mean?
Can I build an area with a stone ground or another wood ground area? Because I need a campfire. So I can put my pot on.
Put campfire on wood.
Okay.
You can put here. I'll make you a campfire.
Wow, murder. I know. But what about the murder?
Out the
What
door.
murder?
Ah! Here, behind you. And yeah, here I got the wood here.
I like how the animation stays when it's in your inventory.
You want to move, or is this my raft? This is my raft, isn't it? Oopsies, oopsies. Ooh.
I got my soup pot. and look. Soup pot. Okay, I did that. Okay, I got more slime for you. You need more slime?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
put it in the chest.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
We need a bowl of water. Bowl of water. Or just regular bowls. And then we can add like that. Actually, is there a recipe book? Soup.
No, look in the bottom right thing. Don't search in that one. Yeah, search down there.
Do I do like an at?
No. I mean, you could do at farm because there might be recipes specific for that, and then just scroll through. There's another page. Yeah, there you go. It'll probably be those soups down 3 more lines. And then you press R or click somewhere in a blank spot because you're still in the search bar. And then press R when you're hovering over an item. I need to waste my food. I need to eat this fish.
Do we have rice?
We might have rice seeds.
Oh, we do have pumpkin seeds.
We do not have rice seeds. Okay, what's next? No more bowls, playing with goo, smelting upgrades. Oh no, 27 furnaces.
Cooking pot is going to be incredibly useful for making a good home-cooked meal later on, but for now, I just need something sticky to hold together some fabric. Melted sugar would work just fine. Ooh, I can melt sugar! I have sugar. I do have sugar cane. No, I have bamboo. No! I need to go exploring more.
What do you need?
I need sugar cane for sugar.
Right here. But grow it before you use it, please. Because that's all we have.
Okay,
At least grow one of them.
I need sand, I need sand.
Wait. Do we have snad? We can make snad. No, that bone meal! I should have kept that bone meal. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me sift some
Okay.
dust.
Okay.
How do I make copper? Same way as everything else? Raw copper? Yes, so copper chunk.
Potato, sugar, onion.
Chunk.
Potato, sugar, onion. Potato. Potato, sugar, onion. We have onion seeds. I don't have onion. Damn.
Ah. Oh no. Okay, there they are. That's poopy junk. Poopy junk. What do you need?
I'm waiting for your snap.
Oh, right, I need bone meal. Bone meal! Now I need sand. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why can't I do that? Normal temperature? Oh.
Oh, I need 3 sugar?
I don't want to break the campfire. Okay, maybe that's not poopy garbage.
Oh, another pumpkin grew? What the?
I already lost what I was doing. Glass.
Snad.
Glass.
Glask. You didn't drink your honey coffee.
I was hungry, not thirsty.
I'm going to sleep.
No, wait for me. Okay. Oh, murder. Is chat being resident sleeper right now?
Resident sleeper. They're just enjoying their time. They're just chilling.
Put the marshmallows away. Hee hee.
Do I need to be crouching? I don't need to be crouching.
Oh, there's a copper?
Did you give me an iron ingot on accident?
He probably picked it up. I don't know. I don't like these. Like, this keeps stopping.
No! My watermelon killed my watermelon killed.
Watermelon. Yeah, you don't really want to place watermelon or pumpkins near anything because the way they grow is dumb. I wish they would always grow in one direction, but they're kind of random.
Yeah. I think I got enough pumpkins and watermelon for now. I've been having
Okay, now
anxiety
these
all
are
day
poopy
and I'm
garbage.
exhausted. That's why I'm not super active. No, 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 no. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I was just kidding.
He was just kidding.
Roast your marshmallows. Thank you for being here. Ow.
Where's my snad?
It almost sank in the ocean. I'm assuming you probably have to. Well, the snap don't. That's. Fuck.
It flew so. You still need to put. Oh my god.
I didn't think.
You still need to put freaking. Oh.
I didn't think about it. It's still sand.
Oh my god. You had a
That's okay.
no-brain
It's
moment.
easy to make. I just need bone meal.
Here, I set
Yeah,
up
I have just enough.
I set up an area over here for the snad. You just put it on the.
I don't care. I'm using the iron for this. Here. Here you go.
My backpack?
Yep. I guess. What the? What is this? Okay, don't press B. I don't know what that does. What is that?
Looks like something with the map. No, this
Augment
is
screen,
something to...
satchel, feet mode, backpack, shift E. Yay, backpack!
Bone meal and sand.
I really shouldn't have used the iron for that. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm doing this ass backwards. I should have just made hoppers right away. Because then we can automate the sluices.
The sluices.
The sluices.
Oh.
Ow. Wait, what the? You can right-click water through slabs. That's funny. That's funny.
That's a lot of
I'm setting...
iron.
Where?
It's a quest.
Did you just get a bunch?
No, it's a
Oh.
quest.
Dang it, I thought you got some.
Oh, we gotta make our cobblestone generator. How do we get lava?
Yeah, we get lava.
We need to
from...
do
I don't know. Fire essence, maybe?
Fire essence?
No.
Cobblestone? Tempered glass jar and cobblestone make lava.
Cobblestone. Okay, we have that. We have tempered jar. How much cobble, then?
Sorry, I'm distracting you. Are you still trying to get bone meal?
Nope, I'm just putting a whole... Yeah, but I'm gonna let that cobblestone cook. But how do we make that... There's like a capsule we have to make. Can you look that up? It's like if you click on the lava bucket...
The cobblestone generator?
No. So go back to the other one. The bucket of lava.
The bucket of lava?
In the quest. So the last... Yeah, the thing next to the lava bucket up there, what is that? Nope. Yes.
Fluid capsule.
How do we make that? Do we need to make it? Or can we not make it?
It says click to view
Gather
recipes. How do I...
storage. If it doesn't have storage next to it, oh no. Oh crap, it just put it right over here. I guess that's fine. Do we just bucket it? Oh! Okay, I'm gonna need a new bucket now because mine's gonna break after I place the lava.
Okay.
Actually? No. Got it.
You don't need a new bucket?
Piece of sand. No, I'll wait, because I think we'll be able to make an iron one soon. That mix, but this time... I'll put a piece of dirt under it. I'm gonna need 2 pieces of dirt.
Where's my Adacavo? Where's my Adacavo?
Okay, this time I did it properly. There's your snag.
No,
but only one.
I didn't want it over there.
Oh, here. What the? That grew instantly.
I want it over here.
But this is the garden.
This is gonna be the garden. This is gonna be the garden cooking. I want it right here. Look, SpongeBob is visiting us.
It's got to be down one more. Well, here, we'll try it. We'll try it. Maybe this doesn't have to be underwater. Okay. Let's stop that.
Yay! Feet mode, you said?
Oh, no, actually, I know what I can do. Let's use andesite. Andesite's kind of pretty. Actually, do you want to move the whole garden over there then?
Yeah, I do.
What do you want, Matt?
I want it right
This
here.
side? Actually, let me F3G, because I want to build things in chunks properly, so actually we're going to have to build it, like, from here. Because if you hold F3 and press G, you can see your chunk borders. I want to try to build things properly inside chunks, so when we do chunk loading, it's all in a single chunk. Are you having troubles figuring it out?
Yeah.
F3, and then hold it, and then press
Oh, I need a
G.
glass bottle to collect this.
We have glass.
Wait, do I? Served on glass bottle. Yeah.
Here's wheat. Here's seeds.
Seeds. Where's I'm missing? I'm missing.
And then I'm gonna do this.
We're fancy with it. How do I
I'm just
get
gonna go all the way
more
out
dirt?
around the whole chunk here.
Cobble.
That's where the chunk turns.
Whoa, that's a big garden.
Yep, we're gonna have a lot of stuff to plant. Another thing I'd like to start planting too. Are we building with spruce? We are. Good.
Can we build like an auto dirt generator?
Yeah, that's what we're working towards.
Okay.
And then we'll go back this way.
No.
Dang it. So if you hold shift, oh, you know how to do it. If you hold shift and you'll see here, grab some dirt. Uh-oh, it went underneath. It's on the other side. No, it's up here.
What?
It floated under the wood. So if you hold shift, no, come down here. I just want to show you. So if you hold shift and you see how there's like little things around your cursor, no, come over here. And then look at the edge of the block while holding shift.
Uh-huh.
You see that cursor? So that'll place it on the opposite facing side. But then if you stand at the end here and you look down, oh, does it not? There we go. You kind of got to look backwards at it. And if it shows a down arrow, it'll place it underneath the block you're looking at.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little like, this mod should just be in Minecraft.
Do you have, the hoe?
The hoe? Yep, you have it now. Over there. Oh, we walk really fast in oh, I walk fast in water because of these boots. Don't forget to put your backpack in the bobble slot if you didn't.
I don't think I did.
Oh, you don't even have to hold shift.
Oh no.
Shift just gives it a bigger, it just gives it a bigger like range. But if you just look at the corner, you can still do it.
Okay. What do you want me to plant? Cotton? Hemp?
The hemp. Do like, you can just do one row. So one row of 4 of hemp.
1 row 4. Are you playing Cult of
Yeah,
the
that's
Lamb
only-
soundtrack? Yeah, it randomly started playing, but yeah, it is Cult of the Lamb.
I think that's the only thing I need for later.
I
Oh,
love
and these
Cult of the
mage bloom
Lamb
seeds. These
soundtrack.
are big. Wow, you put them on the farthest end. Fine. My
I was
stuff
like,
goes all the
"Ooh,
way at the end.
cults." No, it's gonna all be filled up. Why do I feel culty? Cult of the Lamb. I can't do pumpkin, because you ruined my other seeds. You ruined my other crops. I can't plant you.
No. Oh, you're not compressing the pebbles. You're such a gooner.
Ha. I'm a gooner. Oh my god, I had like a really serious need or desire to play Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I was listening to the soundtrack.
Wait, do you have a bucket?
I do not have
I
a
need your
bucket. I
Is it
used
in
my
here then?
bucket with to make my pot.
Okay.
Your mage bloom is done.
Oh, dang. Our furnace is faster now, but it doesn't save fuel.
It doesn't save
But it's
fuel.
faster. It doesn't save fuel. Quit making fun of me, or I'm gonna burn our only house down. I'll do it.
But our house isn't made of wood.
Wait, I can't use the ceramic for the cobblestone generator? Jabbernator.
Jabbernator. 9,000.
It has to be iron buckets. I'm so sad.
Well, how do we get iron faster? Do I need to do something?
No, I just need to... Can I break these? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, okay.
I'm not getting seeds from the mage bloom.
No, don't break them. You're supposed to right-click them.
I am right-clicking them.
Oh. You don't always get one.
I need to go exploring and find more seeds. Glass bottle? Glass. Oh, hello, Sunny. Oh, I should go get water. I'm gonna sleep. Oh, I'm on his side of the bed. Don't tell him.
Come and steal. She's not getting her own water. She's taking mine. Did it get redeemed? Is that why you're coming to steal my water?
Hey, well, the ice.
Yeah. Nice.
That's why I like straws.
We need to make hopper. Hopway. I cannot spell. Hopper. Starbunkle. I'm gonna use these guys so much in this pack. We're gonna have a bunch of little critters running around sorting our chests.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna have little starbunkles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5. I need 1 more. Or, no, I need gravel. Gravel.
For redeeming hydrate. Out, I'm going to sleep.
Oh, that's so fast. Well, thankfully it doesn't burn in the lava. Does that mean I need to actually make X-tone tile? I can't do it. I have to use this iron chest then. Does that work? Will that work?
I don't know.
That should work.
I feel like I was so small. Now you guys can actually see me.
Wait, that doesn't work? Are you kidding me?
What? No, I want
Are you
this.
kidding me? I'm so mad. How do I automate this then? Is there a quest I missed? I got a fugu roll.
A fugu roll.
Wait, do you still have a honey bottle?
I don't have a bottle yet. I was making glass.
Oh, did you not get a honey?
I didn't get a bottle.
Oh, you
I
just
need a
bottle.
bottle to collect the honey.
I said we had glass. What did you do?
I'm moving
Oh,
the
you moving it?
chest. Yeah.
Where do you collect the honey from? This? Oh, you do what? There's a... Oh. There we go. Honey bottle.
And then you use the honey to get, no, I need that. Give that. Give.
Hold on. I'm using it to claim this reward, and
Howdy,
then claim this
Texan.
reward.
Minecraft. Correct. Yeah, it's Minecraft. No. I need to get...
Okay, these tools are going bye-bye. They're useless. Easy to make.
Okay. I need another chest.
Gotta remember to keep breaking the sugar cane. 3 tall. So I don't think it goes in here, because we don't have... Oh, do we have Oppo? No, just apothic attributes. Okay, where are we? I need 27 furnaces. That is going to wait. Oh my gosh. Okay. This gold chest is gonna go right here.
Is backpack already set to a hotkey, or do I need to set that?
You'll have to set it to something different. I think B.
Bobble, 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 bobble. Where's the bobble?
What?
Which one do I set it to?
The back. The
Oh.
It looks like a backpack on the left.
Oh.
Left third row. Yeah.
Hi, Norman. How are you? We want to set keybind backpack. Open backpack. Okay, it is set to B, so maybe Alt B? Alt B? And then I got a stack upgrade to put in my backpack.
Yeah, you can put that in your backpack for now, but that will go into a chest later. It'll be better if we can get stacking chests. I'm so upset about this hopper, though.
Why?
Because you can't hopper down into to a sluice. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, iron automation for the irons. Oh, does it have to be? Oh, it has to be an iron sluice. Okay. Ah. So why did I need 27 of these? Oh god, I don't want to use big... Oh god, I should have read that before I did this. Damn it. That doesn't even give me a reward. 10 EXP. What the heck? It wants us to go to the nether already? Don't tell me the nether's gonna be a nether ocean and that's why there's an obsidian boat. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, what is that? Do you see this?
See what?
Here, I'm gonna do it on the chest. Look at your chest.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I can highlight you. I don't know, pressing K and it like highlights things and dings.
V opens inventory too? What the heck?
V? Oh no, V opens up, it's a tool belt thing. When you can see in the middle, above your offhand, your shield, yeah, it opens that. Once we make a tool belt, you can put the tool belt in there. And it lets you use a keybind to like switch between different tools in the tool belt, so you can like hold extra tools without hogging your inventory. What was that?
What is what?
I killed it. It didn't give me a sponge. I got an ink sac.
I want to build an area for my tree.
Do it.
My avocado tree.
Right now, I'm not too worried about the looks of the place until we can get blocks automated, and then I can build fancy stuff.
What do we need to do? What's our objective right now?
So I'm trying to get the stuff around the tempered glass done. So I'm just trying to get more iron because I should have made lava
We're
buckets
working on
first.
the generator.
Yeah, so I'm working on getting iron to get that, and then I gotta make this pump. The pump will autofill our sluices, so we don't have to manually. I'm trying to achieve automation.
The sluicy. The sluicy.
No.
The sluicy?
Okay, so I need a chest next to
Why don't you
it.
make an iron mesh?
That's what I'm working on.
Okay.
I'm just working on getting iron for... all of this stuff needs iron. Hopefully this barrel doesn't start on fire because it's next to lava. What do I need for the iron mesh? If I can get one iron mesh, I can automate. 4. So I need one more. And at least get this stuff automated.
What the heck? It's a freaking keyblade.
The keyblade?
Enchanter's
Oh,
sword.
Enchanter's sword.
Looks like a keyblade.
That's not a keyblade, you loony.
This is 6 attack damage. This is 5 attack damage. What's the best?
Okay, now that I have that, I can do this.
Yo, the keyblade, yo.
Except, I'm gonna do this.
Celestium. Wars to resources. But what can I do to help?
Just moving things around. So yeah, I'm just moving all that stuff into the chest so that I can keep building up. Until I figure out how to automate that. But this can go here? No. Here. Then here. Just do that for both of them.
Ooh, watermelon
Then
juice.
iron. Mesh. That. That's not working either. What am I doing wrong?
Raw pasta?
Uh-oh.
Wheat dough? How do I make wheat dough?
Oh, it has to be an... Oh, well... Okay, it's not the frickin' mesh I needed to make. I need to make an actual sluice.
Well, how do you make wheat though? You plant it. I know you plant it.
Damn it, that's a lot of iron again. Frick!
What the frick?
Maybe I'll get better from the iron mesh. What mod is this? FTB stuff.
I made a knife. What do you have? A knife. Look it.
So,
Look
iron chunks, sand, 50%. Okay, gravel. What am I looking at? What am I looky?
My knife. I got a knife.
Don't stab me.
Stab, stab, stab.
What can we do with iron with furnaces? Because I made too many. I made too many furnaces. I can make
Put a
an
furnace
oven.
out here. Oh, make me an oven.
That's iron. Anything iron's gonna have to wait.
Oh man.
I have 27 furnaces, but here's a furnace
Why
for you.
did
Here's
you
two
make
furnaces for you.
27?
Because one of the quests is for it, but it's to make the giant furnace. Actually, here. You want a furnace? You want a furnace?
I do.
I hope you're ready for this furnace.
Where's my wheat? Oh my. Did you steal my wheat? Cucumber.
There's your furnace.
Whoa! Whoa.
Here's your coal. Oh, you just broke everything. You just broke it all.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Your wheat is right there.
Right here? Thanks. I need that, and I need that. No, I need that, and I need that. No! Does it have to be a freaking... Does it have to be an iron bucket?
No, not the iron bucket, probably.
I need an egg or an iron water bucket.
An egg?
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird. Why an egg? Or a bucket?
What the fuck is this little dude? MDDUYUE.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
MD
I wanted to make pasta. Or I can make shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie. Aww. I don't have mutton.
I'm working as fast as I can.
I don't have mutton. I'm gonna have to go exploring, I think.
Oh no. Any more cobblestone?
Do you want me to do the cobblestone?
Well, we just have to wait for it to cook. And the water thingies.
Are you hammering that? Okay. Why don't you fill the hopper?
I can't. So I thought I had to make that. I didn't look. There's an iron mesh, but then there's also an iron sluice block. And that's what I need to make. Can't automate the wooden one.
Okay, well, do you need me to...
No. I'm good. I'll just keep working on
gonna
this.
go
I'm just
to
going to use this iron one because it's a higher chance.
and go to sleep?
Good night.
Good night. No, come to bed! Get back. Get back here. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Ah!
Don't put gravel on me! Now I'm all... now I'm all gravelly.
You're looking a little rough. Although that doesn't make any sense.
No.
No, not the flint. Iron.
Airdrop landed. Airdrop. Airdrop.
Where? No, my gravel!
Is this it? Is this it? Oh, there.
I don't see any chests though, or do they not load from far away?
They don't.
Okay, the chests don't. Oh, that's dumb. I bet you if I go options, video, let's go advanced. No, performance. No, quality.
What the?
No.
Red
Oh my god, it
fertilizer?
doesn't have the. This is a poopy mod pack.
I got
here we go.
lots of
Entity.
gold iron clusters and gold clusters.
Now can I see the chests? No, I can't. That's dumb. You got what?
Iron clusters and gold clusters.
I need the iron clusters. How many?
21. No,
That's
that's
so
lead.
many.
That's lead. 14.
That's
Oh,
so
another one!
many.
Another one! Look, it's dropping! Look!
Yeah, give me those clusters so I can smelt them. That gold one's huge too. I don't even know how to get gold yet.
Here, take it. Take it, take it, take it.
Yeah. Where are you dropping them?
Over by my area.
Drop them on me.
I'm trying to go to the airdrop. Oh, I guess I should collect that wool, shouldn't I?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
More airdrops will happen. That's so many.
A brewing stand!
Wow.
Oh!
That source pie. I need that
Oh,
pie.
source terminal. Osmium. Oh, huh?
Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Huh?
Tilda. Yeah. If you jump, if you just keep hopping, you can break that. So keep mining and break the bottom red one. Yeah, just keep hitting it. It'll break eventually.
Okay.
As long as you keep holding your mouse button down, it keeps the breakage.
The breakage.
This was huge, baby. Good find.
Thanks.
$16 iron. Can I smelt? No, I can't smelt nuggies.
Okay, I gotta put my plant stuff away. That's... I got a sourceberry pie, grants mana, a sourceberry roll, a wind charge, replenishes your breath underwater. A Robusta variant grants a strong and bitter flavor. Coffee beans. Where do you want me to put all this source terminal and the brewing stand? Oh, an elevator? Oh my gosh.
What elevator?
I
Like
caught an
the
elevator. The white block.
Just one though?
This one.
Dang. It needs 2 to work.
Yeah. Okay, I can put my wheat away. Because I don't have an iron bucket.
Yay, automation!
Yay! I also got an inferium.
Oh, it uses less water too.
A fermenting barrel? Ooh.
Okay. That's done. I got a simple copper ring. Now I need to make this thingy. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cast iron ingots.
We can make osmium ingots with the tempered glass jar. I don't know if we need osmium right now.
Not right now. I don't even want to try to get into powered stuff.
Sorry, I keep forgetting to break it.
I know.
What is the fermenting barrel for? Canola oil?
Canola. We got canola seeds. Did you plant those?
Not yet.
Are you sure? I don't see them.
I don't know.
Did not get... Oh. Did you pick up any iron? Oh, there's one. There's the other one.
Sesame.
I swear I thought we got canola, no?
I thought we did too, like at the very start, but I don't know what happened to it.
Maybe we didn't.
Ooh, I can make a chocolate coffee. Chocolate pancakes. Oh, we need chickens.
I'm stealing this pie. This is my pie.
It's for mana.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that later.
Yeah, later, not now.
Did it get put in here, maybe?
Here.
No, I don't know.
Here's your cast iron.
Wow, look at all of that. It's already done. Now I just need to make... Wait, what did you... Oh, my cast iron. Why did I need cast iron again? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, the pump. Wait, is create in here? Aw. Sad. That's sad.
I'm gonna break this just so I can tell that I've mined it. What did I say? I'm gonna mine this just so I can tell that I've been here. I don't know what I said earlier.
I want to break this so I know I've been here.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah. No, my torch.
Owie.
Pump it up.
Overwind a pump and suffer the consequences.
My torch. Why does it fly so far away?
Because momentum.
It like wants to be in the water. Stop it.
Stand on top of them when you break them.
It's still gonna fly in the water. Watch.
It didn't for me. Stand opposite of it then so it can't fly in the water.
I did. I stood right here and it went right behind me and flew away.
Break it. Break it. You got it. No, you didn't get it.
Oh my god. There it is.
Can I break down and this? Oh, okay, okay. You can break all of this stuff down. Oh, but I can't. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Ooh. Ooh. I want to go in. Is this the one I was at earlier? Okay, they just spawn like right when you go to the door. They just spawn. There's the mushroom island. There's two! How do I breed them? With a mushroom?
Probably wheat. I think they still act
Full
like
of
normal
mashed
cows.
potatoes and gravy. Mmm, yummy. Can you fill me with mashed potatoes and gravy?
Excuse me?
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
You're gonna go get stuffed with mashed potatoes and gravy by someone else without me.
What the fuck is that? Honey.
Remember, there's a spawner. There's a spawner on the islands, remember? But don't break the spawner, because we're gonna need them.
I don't know where my raft went.
Bye-bye, Raft.
Ah! Want me to regurg? No, I do not. I changed my mind.
You
I
can
should have
feed
put
me
a
like a
torch
bird.
on it.
How do I automate the glass jar? Do we get into that? No, jar automation. Oh.
Does
I
the
think I have enough
barrel
redstone, I
smasher
can make
not
that right
break?
now. No, but it's only for smashing barrels. Do I have
My
just
chest
enough?
hurts. Why does it hurt? Because anxiety.
Oh my gosh, I do. Except I don't have cobblestone.
Why are you hyperventilating? Deep breaths. Heyo! Hi, random. How are you? How art thou? I'm good. I'm playing Minecraft. I'm having a great old time.
Dropper?
I
Piston?
found bottle and enchanting, kelp goo, wind
Hopper?
charge, potion of luck, capacity card, Inferium essence, set it for Kirby Air Riders. Ooh. Exciting. I want to break that. I want to break that. So I know I've been here. I don't think I've ever played Kirby Air Riders. But I hope you have fun. Are you excited for the Pikmin 4 update? Well, is it an update? Thought that's what JJ said.
Oh, I'm kind of hungry.
I don't really need a C-pick. A armor piercing cartridge. It's just a bullet.
A bullet.
A bullet.
Where'd you put all the
fish
food?
seed?
Oh, right here.
Where'd I put all the what?
The food, I found it.
That's by my farm. The doy. Okay, I'm coming home. Oh my gosh.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I automated the jar cooker so now we can cook ingots without me doing anything. One automation at a time.
Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know what to
Ooh,
get
ooh,
rid of.
ooh, ooh,
Charcoal.
ooh.
Charcoal.
Yeah, charcoal's fine. You can get rid of that.
Oh my god, I have a backpack.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
What if I put... That could work.
Ooh, I got a storage terminal. Failed the Wordle again today. Yeah, I got it in 3 tries. Yeah, let's go. Nice. We're so awesome.
You're so smart.
So smart.
I keep hearing funny noises underneath me. I'm scared.
We should make a dungeon.
Does this also, if I do... Oh no, I need to upgrade the mesh too.
I wish
Crap.
I could add like a check mark.
You can.
Been here. Been here. Oh no, I don't want the
Wait, can I?
waypoint.
Oh, I can upgrade this to gold already. But
Jar automator? I just got one for free. Ruby
are you
amulet.
kidding me?
No, I'm not
Are you
kidding.
kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
And a gold mesh? Oh no, I just got that for you.
I got a ruby necklace.
Wow. Just shift click it. It should put it on where it needs to go. What does it do?
It gives
At
me
1 point.
well,
Okay.
and this
Ear defenders, immersive engineering.
I don't know. I don't know.
That can go in your other slot too in the helmet. The second row in the middle. Yeah.
A pump trophy. I can kind of see the barrels.
Ah, that doesn't work.
How do I turn off waypoints? Wait, I can teleport? What?
Oh, because we're not on a server, so every player in here is an op. We'll be cheating now. Kat, you let me know if she's cheating. I'll ban her.
I won't cheat.
But if you open up your map again,
Okay.
and I think it's in the bottom left corner of the cogwheel, you can scroll through waypoints, show waypoints in world false if you don't want to see them. Yeah.
What?
My hammer broke.
Your hammer broke. No.
Yeah, my hammer, bro. Do we have artifacts in here? Can I get my diggy claws? I can't. There's so many mods that could have added in here.
Compressed dirt. Triple compressed.
What the? Okay, so you can get some pretty crazy stuff out there then.
I keep getting wire cutters.
Wire cutters? I mean, that's good. We'll need them later.
Okay.
They break as you use them. What the heck? Okay, what do you get from sand? And the gold mesh. A blaze mesh only works in a netherite sluice. You get old ingots. Wait a second.
We need to go to the nether.
Oh, we need netherite ingots though.
Yeah.
We need diamonds first. Okay, so what do you get with sand? You get a gold mesh, prosperity, osmium, lead, copper, iron, silver, aluminum,
So
gold,
if
tin,
I
nickel.
take this potion of luck, can I get good stuff from looting?
Probably. I would assume you should be able to.
What? What are you saying, Pump? Slurp. You meant slurp.
Whoa, diamond chunks! Whoa! We're cooking!
Or do I need looting, not luck? I wonder.
No, looting is for killing. Luck is chest stuff.
Drink. I gotta go get water. Can I get water after my luck potion runs out?
Why? Yeah, but you're gonna come and take my water.
No. Ominous bottle. Bad omen too. You go get me water.
No.
Don't you
I mean, I could. Things are automated now. I'll be right back.
No, we've been pretty safe on that boat. Yeah. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. This is
time it
why I
is.
don't play Minecraft. The day goes by so fast.
Look at what time it is.
It's 11.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, did you hear that, chat?
I hit chat.
He hit you guys. I can't. I got lost in the Minecraft.
Mental health crisis. I gotta find my brain in Minecraft.
You got a what?
The mental health crisis. I have to find my brain in Minecraft.
I just found an obsidian boat.
Are you kidding?
I just found an obsidian boat and a large mast.
Why am I even doing it?
It just sucked.
Why did you do it? Oh my god. You did not.
Why did it sink?
It's an obsidian boat. You didn't use your extra 2 brain cells, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god. You
It's
just wasted
okay.
our free obsidian boat. It is not okay.
Oh, that's for lava.
Yeah, we could have went to the nether now, but now we can't.
No, it's okay. I still have my potion of luck.
You better smash them barrels faster.
I have another one in my backpack.
Yeah, so each barrel...
Extra brain cells, as if. Wow, pumpkin,
Has-
wow. Wow, wow, wow.
So each barrel has different loot. Purple barrel, that has to be another thing. Yeah. That's way too good of rewards. Oh my gosh, a red barrel? Anyways, white barrel, you have a chance of getting some upgrades, wood, ominous bottle. Well, wait, what did you break for the obsidian?
I don't know. Chad, do you remember? It was kind of like a bluish.
Gold? No, it
Gold?
wasn't gold. A blue barrel?
In
The
Lich's
obsidian
voice.
thing is not even in here.
Ball.
Oh, 71 more loot entries.
Not gonna lie,
displayed.
the Lich's voice does something to me.
Huh?
The Lich's voice. Who is? Oh, here's a blue one. Gold upgrade. For what? Oh, storage.
The liches? Who's the lich?
From Adventure
What are you
Time.
talking about? Oh.
Rob
Oh.
Perlman? Ron Perlman or something? I forget.
Okay. I see how it is. Okay.
OMG, Hellboy. I was very scared of Hellboy when I was little. I thought he looked very odd. Ron Perlman plays him.
He does.
It's cause his Craft Gamer PvP, thank you for the follow. OMG, I was not. I think it was the fact that he had no horns on his head. I was like, what's wrong with his forehead? Welcome to my stream.
Hi, how are ya?
Well. How are ya? Hi, how are ya?
Hi, how are ya?
I am the exploration side of the stream. Shizzle is the mechanical crafter engineer. I just explore and plant things and cook food. He's self-conscious about his horns. He shaved them down. Why would he shave them down? He's a demon.
Crap.
Exploring is the best part. I agree. I just like being a little loot goblin. Ape man or whatever. Yeah, because he's a freaking ape. You hate everything monkey related. No, the fish man. I don't know. Wait, a fish man called Ape Man?
Abe.
Abe Sapien. What the fuck is his name? Couldn't
He had a
tell you.
weird name.
I've
Abe.
never
You know who
seen.
she's talking about, though, right?
I don't.
Wait, you're talking about Hellboy.
I've never
not
seen
watch-
Hellboy.
Oh, I thought you... Okay.
I just was... No. The Fish Man.
She doesn't know what you're talking about.
I don't
Pumpkin.
know
She
what you're
hasn't seen
talking
it.
about. I've not seen the movie.
Chill, Pumpkin. Chill.
I thought you said kill Pumpkin. I was like, no.
Chill.
Kill Pumpkin.
Chill. Get her.
Daddy, chill. I also heard kill. Do it. Shade also heard kill.
Gone. Give up.
Chisel might be
Daddy,
lying.
chill.
Daddy, chill.
Who's Shizel?
Without the E.
Shizel. I don't know who that is. Who's Pumpkin
Shizel.
talking about?
That's you when you do an L. Shizel.
Wow. Don't talk to me. Or my son. You know what? Let's think about your farm.
No! My farm! That's for us!
Well, you're not maintaining it, so...
It maintains itself! It's in water!
No, you gotta harvest it.
Well, harvest it then.
Yeah, I did. And I'm eating it all.
You're eating... You can't eat it all. You can't eat if you're full of food.
Seed, 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 seed. Wheat, sesame, cucumber, wasabi. Ew, wasabi. Blech.
Wasabi!
Tamaho. Tamaho.
Wasabi!
Yeah, no mage bloom. Wait, can I just make mage bloom seeds? How do I make them?
I
Yeah,
said,
Ah! My game's freezing. Okay. Wait, what is a chaos box? Right click to open. Do I open this?
Not on our base!
Industrial TNT drops.
Industrial TNT drops.
That would blow up our entire base.
Yeah, it
I'm
would.
gonna get rid of these. I'm gonna get rid of these. Granite pebbles go up there. That. I'm gonna grow more bamboo as well.
You do whatever your heart desires. Vanillish.
Damn it, it has to be above ground. Or above water, not ground. Okay, I'm gonna go open this thing.
What if it spawns a wither?
I'm going, bruh. Well, we're killing it then, I guess.
How? We have no weapons! I have a knife! It's a flint knife!
What is that?
No, stop.
Ah! We're dead. We're all dead. We're all dead. It summoned a demon.
A demon?
Yeah, he's kind of stuck though. So maybe I could kill him.
Oh my god.
Oh! Okay, he's on the ocean floor now. We're good.
I found a jelly baby.
If he could teleport to us, we are so screwed.
I found a hamburger and a jelly baby.
Well, hopefully he doesn't despawn. We can kill him when we can swim down there. That was terrifying. That was very terrifying. He was summoning lightning. He punched me into the water.
I'm surprised you didn't get one shot.
Because I got armor. I got my boots. My trusty leather boots saved me. I need
Okay,
a
I'm coming
weapon.
home. My inventory is full. Oh my god, I almost forgot this CD. Oh my god, get out. Hi! Hi, Max. How are you? How are we today? How was Green Hell? Can I get a shout out, please? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
My
excuse me.
inventory's so full. I see it! I see it down there in the water!
Fish it up.
Oh my, I'm fishing it.
Oh, the sickle. The sickle's a good weapon. It has
Yeah.
6 attack damage.
You peeked your mic. I'm sorry.
Barrel smasher. Okay, I'm gonna put everything away. I'm gonna take my
Holy
boots
shit,
off.
triple crunch wrap.
I'm
Triple
gonna take all
crunch
this
wrap!
stuff off. That would have been bad. I would have died with my
You know, you
backpack.
can afford more triple crunch wraps if you use code MaxForgeVT at checkout and get some lovely, delicious teas and coffees from our lovely sponsor, thedragontreasure.com. Lovely partner of the stream.
Can we make a stone? Okay, we can make
Hey,
stone
hey,
sickles.
hey, hey, look, look.
I have nothing on me. What are you wearing?
A chest plate. A
Damn,
ferrocore chest
look at how full your inventory is.
Yeah, it's very
When you
full.
open your...
But I wanted to give you this jelly baby.
You got any weapons? Any weapons? I want to kill that demon.
I actually didn't manage to find any weapons out there.
You've got bullets. Was the gun?
I don't know.
What are those enchanting books?
Uh,
Oh, a gold upgrade. That's pretty big.
I got a bottle of enchanting. I got bamboo.
Stop throwing them at me.
I got
Stop. Please stop.
Please stop. I got these
Please
pretty
stop.
lights. I got these pretty.
No, I don't think we can break those.
But
Can we?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. No. Oh, you're making the bottom light up. That's okay, that's nifty. I need...
Alright, goodbye. Oh, I think I'll die before I can even swim down that far.
I got these... Oh my god, I'm so heavy. Okay, I'm fine.
You're just
I was
not swimming.
sinking. I wasn't swimming. I think it's bedtime for me.
Okay, I'm going down.
No, you're not going down.
I'm gonna be the first death of the ocean block.
I like how he's just like grooving down there.
Oh! 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 No, not like this. I didn't even make it.
You put your stuff away though, right? Right? You put your stuff away, right? Oh my god, Chad, what is happening? I got a trophy. Look at its rotate.
I'm dead. It's a hardcore world.
No, you're not.
You're all on your own.
No, I'm not. It's not a hardcore world. You're lying.
I can't respawn. I'm dead.
No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Yes, you can, you frickin' liar.
You cheated.
No, you tried to fool me, but I'm smart.
Whoa.
You
I'm
sparkled.
magic now.
What? Are you teleporting to your grave?
Oh, I do.
But is it all the way
I'm
underwater?
gonna drown again.
T-
Oh no, I lost all the EXP I had.
Oh, good thing I gave you that jelly baby that you
I ate
used,
it.
probably.
I ate it.
You ate it! No, I see
No,
it.
it's in there.
I ate it. It's only 50 XP. I don't know what to
Fucking
do with
kinda
all
cheap.
these drill bits and stuff. Can we have like a... I want to make a jukebox.
No, we can't yet.
Nah.
I want to save. Because that needs a redstone, right? You gotta save a redstone.
Okay, chat. This has been Mashi's Minecraft stream. If you liked it, like and subscribe. Follow for more Minecraft content. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm just kidding. I'm not leaving yet.
Rude.
Bedtime soon. Bedtime soon. Shizzle doesn't know. Oh, bye-bye. I love you. No. Don't forget to raid out. I'm gonna raid out. Just... I'm not ending yet. I need to put all this shit away. You don't know how to not keep playing.
I don't know how to not keep playing.
Yeah.
Engineer Skyhook? That's mine. Oh, minus attack speed? Never mind, that's not mine. Hopper upgrade. Oh! Large map. We do get boats!
Yeah, we do get boats.
I'm making a boat! You can't leave yet till I make this boat.
How long? Hold on. How long is that gonna take? Are you sure we...
It shouldn't take too long. I just need some barrels, so I need wood.
I'm really sorry about the obsidian boat. I'm sorry.
My God.
I'm really sorry about the obsidian boat that I put in the water and didn't think would sink, but it did sink. And it sunk very rapidly to the bottom of the ocean. Ouch! He beats me. He beats me.
Hey, don't do that.
I'm taking the suspicious sand and I'm gonna unsuspicious it. What mod is this? Architect. No. I don't know. What do we do with the suspicious sand? You?
So you have to use a brush.
Okay.
You have to make a brush.
Brush. I need a feather and copper.
Oh no, I need logs. Oh, yeah, plenty of logs.
Feather and copper. Oh, my enchanted books. There's Luck of the Sea 1 and Luck of the Seeds 2. And I got a burrito. And I got 4
Oh, we
engineer.
upgrade the rafts. No, come back.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. So we got upgraded to. Oh, okay. You can't actually use this, bruh.
Hmm.
It turns into a small hull, but you can't. Oh, I see. You have to turn it into a swashbuckler. Or we go into a large hull. I guess we'll see what the. I'll make a bunch of different ones so we can see what they all look like.
Okay.
Wait, why can't I make this?
Using white wool. Ooh, you're looking at wrenches. Ooh, you're looking at you're building a mass thing.
So
Whoa!
swashbuckler.
Can I?
It's kind of stuck. Oh!
You,
So violent.
I can't join you in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the bigger one. Can I?
I don't know if you could. I don't know if that breaks it.
That's fine. We're finding out before we make the big one.
Oh no! No!
What the?
No!
It turns out.
No!
Actually, oh my, that is so
You
cool.
killed
And it
it.
creates wood. It creates wood debris too. Hopefully that despawns over time though.
No, we polluted the ocean. This is why we deserve to die.
Oh no.
I think that enemy despawned. I don't see him anymore.
He's over there. He's way over there.
Oh.
You have to turn up your entity distance in the options.
My throat hurts. Did I scream? Hold on, I'm gonna drink some water.
Okay, where's your raft? We gotta sacrifice your raft now.
Mine's probably on the other side of the... Well,
got
what?
it.
You're gonna break my raft too?
A block of iron? Are you kidding me? I'll do it anyways.
Oh, I got canola seeds.
I'll do it. I'll sacrifice that iron. So I can make a cutter militarized or a regular. I'll have to make this one first. So I need a couple of barrels.
Seeds go in here. Eatable things go in here. Eatable.
What do I need for the
Eatable.
militarized?
Edible things go
Hand
in here.
cannon, cannonball, TNT. Okay, I can't make that yet.
Hey
Look at
Mashi, my
it.
power is out, so I can't stay long, but I hope you have fun. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you. I'm sorry your power's out. Save the charge on your phone.
Can you get in this one?
Ooh. I can't.
Really? You can't?
Oh, I can.
Oh!
Oh, I can. Ooh,
Is
look
it
at all
fast? Oh, it's fast.
Ooh. Oh god, it's glitching out. Oh god, it's glitching out for me. Oh, wow. This is fun.
Wait, what the heck is that? Oh, that's the... Wait, that's not actually there, is it?
What?
Open the map and zoom out.
Hold on, I have to eat my burrito. Can I not eat while I'm... Oh, I can. Open map and zoom out. Whoa.
That's so far away, though. That is, yeah, that is very far away.
Are you
Oh, is
sure?
that thing?
Yeah, that's the thing. Enemies spawn as soon as you go to the entrance. You gotta be careful. And they like poison you. Not poison. I don't know what it is. It's like some sort of debuff.
Crap, do you have torches?
I don't.
I
Wow,
didn't bring anything with.
it didn't spawn.
I didn't bring anything with. They will spawn. They're called bog.
I don't.
Quick, blue all we can.
Oh, I want this
I can't
cauldron.
see though. They spawn. I thought sea pickles were supposed to light up.
What the fuck is that?
They do.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Oh, they're Vexes.
I'm
Run.
done. Oh, I died.
Oh no! Oh, there's things in the water. It's spawning guardians.
I should have ended while I when I said.
I mean, you can TPA to me just so we can get your stuff back right away.
Okay.
Oh, you just use that. Or does yours not let you let go of it? Oh no, so it's a chance. Slash TPA and then my name. No, I'm gonna die before you can get here.
Oh, what the fuck?
You have to press tab to... Tab? There.
Tab.
Wait, okay. Now quick, right click your thing. And now we run. We run.
We run,
Get
we
in the
run,
boat.
we run, we run.
Get in the front.
Go, go, go!
Oh no, that hurts so much. Wait a second.
What?
I can see inside your backpack.
What the?
Taking that jar automator.
Wait, what?
Are we going home? We're not going home.
Why did... Hold on, there's stuff over there by that... in that area that we just passed.
No, it's time to go to bed.
Where are we going? I thought we were going home.
We are.
Okay.
That's like a little pillager outpost.
Yeah, we have no armor, no weapons, nothing.
This boat is cool though. Does it have an inventory? No.
Boat's cool, but I wish I could like look around without it like blinking in my face.
F5.
Oh, duh. Yeah! Yeah, I have this armor, but I still got one shot.
Wait, what can I steal? Oh, you have a hopper?
Stop touching
fluid
my
pipe?
shit! Stop touching my shit!
Nah, you're hiding the good shit.
No,
in your
I was gonna put
You
it.
have.
I was gonna put
I'm
it in the
taking that.
chest. What are you taking?
I took the pipe.
Oh yeah, you could take the pipe. There's a fluid pipe.
I don't know what that one's for. I don't know what Ori Tech is. It's a new... Did we pass base? We did.
Yeah. It's the only one that's lit up, other than the one, the thing on the right.
Fish seeds. Oh, that's our mystical agriculture. Cool. Now we're gonna have to make a little boat dock to park at.
Yeah.
Oh!
Ah! It's too realistic.
There's no way. There's gotta be a way to... Maybe an axe?
You like my trophy?
Hey, where's all my tools? Oh, they're in here. Why did they get put in here? Did you move my stuff?
No, I didn't.
Maybe an axe? How do I get rid of the wood debris? Oh, you right click it.
Okay, I'm going to bed now.
Okay.
We're gonna raid out to someone. Go to sleep. Sorry, I'm on your side.
On my side of the bed.
Sorry. Big stretch.
My tummy kinda hurt.
Your tummy hurts.
Kinda.
Was it the pizza?
I don't know.
Or whatever else you had? I forgot what else you had.
Probably is. Pizza's like all I had. That's the last thing I had.
Okay. Keith is playing Abiotic Factor.
Oh. That's a fun game.
Well, let's raid Keith. Keith.
I don't wanna.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep playing Minecraft.
Wow, without me, I see how it is.
We got 2 whole diamond chunks. We got 40 bone meal now. A lot of copper. Prosperity. Some gold. Holy moly.
Oh, what the fuck is that? What's trying to attack Keith? That's scary. Oh my god. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
What's his thing?
Keith Beef VT.
I don't know how to spell that.
Keith Beef VT. Nighty night.
It's slash raid, right?
/ raid.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye, chat.
Bye bye, chat.
I will try to continue Ocean Block with Mashi, but if she doesn't want to play, I'm going at it alone.
I had fun. Okay. Good
Good.
night.
Bye, chat.